Good evening. Your circulatory system is one of the most important networks in your entire body. With over 60,000 miles of blood vessels, it's responsible for transporting oxygen, nutrients, hormones, even your immune cells every second of your life. Yet many of us don't realize that sluggish blood flow can quietly undermine our energy, our brain function, and even our heart health. The good news, you can begin improving your circulation not in weeks or months, but overnight. And no, this isn't about extreme diets, medication, or hours at the gym. Tonight, I want to share with you three simple drinks that can help enhance your blood flow while you sleep. These are grounded in science, easy to prepare, and delicious. Let's get right into them. Every second of the day, your body relies on an incredible internal network that many of us rarely think about: your circulatory system. It's an intricate highway composed of arteries, veins, and capillaries, stretching across more than 60,000 miles within the human body. This network is responsible for one of the most essential tasks in your entire physiology, transporting oxygen and nutrients to every cell, tissue, and organ. Now, think about that for a moment. Every breath you take, every step you make, every thought you form, it all depends on a constant, smooth, and efficient flow of blood. This isn't just about heart health. Circulation affects your brain, your skin, your immune system, your digestion, even your sexual health. When your circulation is strong, you feel it. Energy levels rise, your mind feels sharp, and your body responds more quickly and efficiently. When it's compromised, even slightly, you may not notice right away. But subtle signs begin to appear. You might wake up feeling sluggish. Your fingers and toes feel colder than they should. Maybe your memory isn't quite as sharp, or you're noticing brain fog late in the day. You feel tired even when you've had enough sleep. These small indicators are often brushed aside, chalked up to aging or stress, but in reality, they can all point toward inefficient or reduced blood flow. Poor circulation can stem from many causes: sedentary behavior, poor diet, chronic inflammation, and even stress. When we sit too long, our arteries get less stimulation and blood doesn't move as freely. When we eat foods high in sugar and processed fats, inflammation builds up in the lining of our vessels, narrowing them and reducing flow. Even oxidative stress from daily life can create micro damage within our blood vessels, leading to stiffening and reduced elasticity over time. And here's something few people realize: your circulatory system is not just a passive highway for blood, it's a living, intelligent system. The inner lining of your blood vessels, called the endothelium, plays a major role in determining how efficiently blood flows. The endothelium senses signals from your body and responds accordingly. It can dilate to improve blood flow or constrict in response to injury or threat. This adaptability is one of the keys to health. And when the endothelium becomes damaged or inflamed, your entire circulatory function suffers. The quality of your blood flow also directly impacts your body's ability to deliver immune cells where they're needed, particularly at night when your body is in its natural healing and repair state. For example, white blood cells that fight infection are moved through your circulatory system. When flow is restricted, their delivery is delayed. Similarly, tissue repair, detoxification, and cellular regeneration, all of which happen most actively while you sleep, are dependent on efficient microcirculation reaching your muscles, organs, and brain. So let's not forget the brain. Although it makes up only about 2% of your body weight, the brain consumes 20% of your oxygen. That oxygen is carried by red blood cells, and if circulation is impaired even slightly, your cognitive performance will suffer. Slower thinking, poor concentration, mood changes, and even long-term risks like dementia have all been linked to reduced cerebral blood flow. But here's where things get really hopeful. Your circulation is incredibly responsive to change, and quickly, your blood vessels are dynamic and capable of expanding, regenerating, and even growing new capillaries in response to proper stimulation. The key is giving them the right support through nutrition, movement, sleep, and stress management. In fact, studies have shown that even a single dose of certain plant-based compounds can begin improving blood flow within hours. And when those improvements are supported regularly, the benefits compound over time. The exciting part is that you don't need a pharmaceutical intervention to begin this process. Small intentional choices, especially what you consume before bed, can prime your circulatory system to work more efficiently while you sleep. Foods and beverages rich in nitric oxide precursors, polyphenols, and anti-inflammatory compounds can help relax your vessels, reduce stiffness, and even repair micro damage in the endothelium. This sets the stage for your body to deliver nutrients and oxygen more effectively as you rest, enhancing overnight repair and waking you up more energized, focused, and resilient. So, when we talk about improving circulation, we're not only talking about preventing heart disease or avoiding cold hands and feet. We're talking about supporting the foundational system that touches every aspect of your health, from immunity to cognition to energy metabolism. Circulation is a silent hero. You may not see it, you may not feel it directly, but when it's thriving, your entire body runs better. And when it's not, your body begins sending quiet signals asking for help. The good news is those signals don't have to be ignored. With the right approach, especially consistent science-backed habits you can start tonight, you can begin to reawaken and restore your body's natural ability to circulate, heal, and thrive. And it starts with something as simple as what you choose to drink before bed. We live in a world where many health problems creep in gradually without drawing much attention at first. Circulation is one of those silent systems. When blood flow slows down or becomes inefficient, the effects can be subtle but far-reaching. What many people don't realize is that poor circulation is not only common, it's often overlooked, and it can quietly interfere with everything from energy levels to mental clarity to the way your skin glows or your muscles recover. Let's unpack this. Blood is your body's delivery system. It carries oxygen to your cells, nutrients to your tissues, and hormones to your organs. It also removes waste products like carbon dioxide and lactic acid. When blood flows smoothly, everything runs more efficiently. Your brain functions at full capacity. Your heart doesn't have to overwork, and your immune system responds rapidly to threats. But what happens when circulation isn't optimal? You may begin to feel tired, even after a full night of sleep. Your hands or feet might feel cooler than usual. Some people notice tingling in their extremities or even slower healing of small cuts and bruises. Others experience brain fog, difficulty concentrating, recalling words, or staying focused. Over time, these symptoms are often attributed to stress, aging, or poor sleep. But in many cases, the underlying cause is reduced blood flow. This isn't just a theoretical concern. Science has shown us that poor circulation is more prevalent than many realize, and not just in older adults. Even young people, especially those with sedentary lifestyles or diets high in processed foods, can experience impaired vascular function. Our modern lives, full of sitting, stress, and nutrient-deficient foods, can quietly chip away at our circulatory health. One major contributor is chronic inflammation. When your body is inflamed, the blood vessels themselves can become irritated, stiff, and less responsive. This makes it harder for them to expand and contract, which reduces the volume of blood they can carry. Over time, this state of low-grade inflammation damages the endothelium, the delicate lining of your blood vessels, making it less effective at controlling blood pressure and vessel tone. Then there's oxidative stress, which occurs when there's an imbalance between free radicals and antioxidants in the body. This damages cells, including the ones that make up your arteries and veins. The result, a system that becomes less flexible, more constricted, and less capable of delivering life-giving oxygen to where it's needed most. Poor circulation doesn't just affect the body, it affects the brain. Reduced blood flow to the brain, even by a small percentage, can impair memory, concentration, and mood. It can make you feel foggy or anxious or simply off. Over time, this can impact your productivity, creativity, and overall quality of life. And let's talk about the heart. When circulation is sluggish, your heart must work harder to pump blood through narrowed or stiff vessels. This adds unnecessary strain to the heart muscle and contributes to elevated blood pressure. It's not a leap to say that the health of your circulation directly shapes your cardiovascular future. But this isn't just a list of risks. This is a wake-up call and also a call to hope. Because the beautiful truth is, your body is highly responsive, the circulatory system is dynamic, adaptive, and surprisingly quick to improve when given the right support. The changes don't have to be dramatic. In fact, many of the most effective interventions are small, simple shifts you can build into your everyday life, especially before bedtime. The hours when you sleep are some of the most critical for circulation. That's when your body repairs blood vessels, reduces inflammation, and supports cellular regeneration. But if your blood flow is already impaired going into the night, your body won't get the full benefits of those regenerative hours. That's why what you do before bed matters so much. If you can nourish your vascular system with compounds that relax, protect, and stimulate blood vessels, even as you wind down, you're already setting the stage for stronger circulation by morning. This is where nature offers us an elegant solution. Certain foods and botanicals contain compounds that actively enhance blood flow, and many of them can be consumed in the form of a simple evening drink. These ingredients can promote nitric oxide production, reduce inflammation, and support healthy vessel tone, all while you sleep. Imagine giving your circulatory system the tools it needs to restore itself without needing to do anything more than sipping a warm, delicious beverage. It's a subtle shift with profound effects, and that's the message. Poor circulation may be common, but it's not something we have to accept. It's something we can influence with intention and science on our side. The best part is improving it doesn't require medication or complicated programs. It can start with something as approachable as what you drink before bed, because those small, consistent actions add up, and over time, they can change your vascular health from the inside out. Your body is always listening. The question is, what message are you sending it each night before sleep? Let it be one of support. Let it be one of nourishment. Let it be a step towards circulation that flows freely, fueling your health, your energy, and your future. In the world of science and nutrition, few natural compounds are as widely studied and as powerfully effective as dietary nitrates. And among all the foods that contain them, beets stand out. Beets aren't trendy. They're not exotic, but they're one of nature's most potent vascular-friendly foods. At the center of their power is their unique ability to support the production of nitric oxide, a molecule that plays a fundamental role in maintaining healthy blood flow. Here's how it works. When you consume beets, especially in the form of fresh juice or a concentrate elixir, your body converts their naturally occurring nitrates into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a gas that signals your blood vessels to relax and widen. This process, known as vasodilation, makes it easier for blood to travel through your arteries and reach every corner of your body, from your brain and heart to your skin and extremities. This is not just theory. In fact, nitric oxide is such a vital part of cardiovascular health that the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine was awarded in 1998 for discoveries surrounding this very molecule. It's involved in regulating blood pressure, improving circulation, enhancing oxygen delivery, and even supporting immune defense. Now, here's where things get interesting. The production of nitric oxide in your body is not constant. It can be influenced dramatically by what you eat. And as we age, our natural nitric oxide production declines. That means the foods we choose become even more important. Beetroot, particularly in juice form, is one of the most effective ways to stimulate this pathway. Multiple clinical studies have shown that beet juice can lower blood pressure within hours, improve endurance in athletes by increasing oxygen efficiency, and support healthier endothelial function, the inner lining of your blood vessels. So, what happens when you drink beetroot juice before bed? This is where we begin to harness the rhythm of your biology. During the night, your body is in repair mode. Your blood vessels are healing, inflammation is being resolved, and cells are regenerating. If you supply your body with nutrients that enhance vasodilation right before this repair cycle begins, you're essentially amplifying the body's ability to restore and rejuvenate. Blood flow improves. Oxygen delivery increases. Cellular repair is more efficient. It's like giving your vascular system a head start before the overnight healing shift begins. Beet juice also has another benefit. It's rich in antioxidants, particularly betalains, which give beets their deep red color. These compounds help reduce oxidative stress, a key factor in vascular aging and stiffness. That means it's not just helping you tonight, it's helping your arteries long term by protecting them from damage. Some people worry about sugar content in beet juice, especially before bed. It's a fair point, but it's important to note that the amount needed to trigger a nitric oxide response is small, as little as 4 to 6 ounces. You're not drinking a tall glass of sugar, you're delivering a clinically relevant dose of vascular support. If you want to optimize this effect even further, look for fermented beetroot elixirs or cold pressed varieties that concentrate the active nitrates without adding sweeteners. These are often more bioavailable and easier to absorb, especially in the evening when your digestion naturally slows down. Now, for those who are new to beets or don't enjoy the earthy taste, there are options. Pairing beet juice with a splash of citrus, like lemon or orange, can brighten the flavor and add a dose of vitamin C, which also supports nitric oxide stability. Some people mix beet juice into herbal teas or dilute it with water and mint for a refreshing twist. What matters most is consistency. Drinking beetroot elixir once won't transform your circulation overnight, but making it a regular part of your evening routine can have measurable effects over time. And here's something remarkable: your body remembers. With consistent exposure to these vascular friendly compounds, your endothelium becomes more responsive. Your blood vessels regain flexibility. Your cells adapt. In other words, the more you support nitric oxide production, the better your circulatory system gets at producing it on its own. This isn't about treating disease. This is about optimizing health, about unlocking the body's natural capacity to heal and perform at its best. And it begins with choices that are as simple as they are powerful. A few ounces of beet juice before bed may not seem like much, but under the surface, it's doing a lot. It's telling your blood vessels to relax. It's increasing oxygen to your brain. It's delivering nutrients more efficiently to your organs. And all of this is happening quietly as you rest. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to fight your body. You just have to work with it. Let nature do the heavy lifting while you sleep. One of the most fascinating things about food is that it doesn't just nourish us, it communicates with our bodies on a molecular level. It sends signals, activates pathways, and can turn healing processes on or off. This becomes especially important when we talk about circulation, and more specifically, the role of inflammation in our blood vessels. Among the most powerful natural compounds to help regulate inflammation and support healthy blood flow is curcumin, the active ingredient in turmeric. Turmeric has been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years, but modern science has now caught up and confirmed what many ancient cultures knew intuitively. Turmeric is a potent ally in vascular health. So how does curcumin actually work? Let's start with the endothelium, the ultra-thin layer of cells lining your blood vessels. This lining isn't just structural, it's biologically active. It helps control blood pressure, clotting, and immune response. When the endothelium is healthy, it signals your vessels to dilate and allows smooth, unrestricted blood flow. But when it becomes inflamed, stiff, or damaged, which can happen from poor diet, chronic stress, or even lack of sleep, circulation suffers. Curcumin helps protect and restore the endothelium. It does this by reducing oxidative stress and suppressing pro-inflammatory molecules like TNF-alpha and interleukins. It also enhances nitric oxide production. Yes, the very same molecule that relaxes blood vessels and improves circulation. So when you consume turmeric, you're not just reducing inflammation, you're actively improving the environment inside your arteries. But here's the catch. Curcumin by itself is poorly absorbed in the body. Fortunately, there's a simple solution. When paired with black pepper, which contains a compound called piperine, curcumin's absorption increases by up to 2,000%. That's the key to unlocking its full potential. This is why one of the best ways to incorporate turmeric into your evening routine is through a turmeric latte, also known as golden milk, made with a plant-based milk like almond or oat, a dash of turmeric, a pinch of black pepper, and often cinnamon or ginger for added warmth and flavor. This drink does more than comfort you. It prepares your body for restoration. The act of drinking something warm in the evening already signals to your body that it's time to unwind. But when that drink also contains compounds that actively reduce vascular inflammation and support endothelial health, you're stacking the deck in favor of overnight healing. Let's go deeper. When inflammation is chronic, even at low levels, it quietly erodes vascular health. The blood vessels stiffen, blood flow slows. Tiny injuries in the vessel lining become more common, and with that, the risk of plaque buildup increases. This sets the stage not only for high blood pressure and heart disease, but also for reduced oxygen delivery to your brain and muscles. Nighttime is the ideal window for calming inflammation. During sleep, your body is not expending energy on digestion or movement. It's in repair mode. This means any anti-inflammatory support you give it before bed is far more likely to be directed toward healing and rebuilding, particularly in your cardiovascular system. Drinking a turmeric latte about 60 to 90 minutes before sleep allows the compounds to enter your bloodstream, interact with inflammatory markers, and support endothelial function, all while your body is naturally engaged in its nightly regenerative cycle. But there's more. Curcumin has also been shown to improve insulin sensitivity, reduce oxidized LDL cholesterol, and even enhance the elasticity of blood vessels. These aren't just theoretical benefits, they've been observed in clinical trials where participants who consumed curcumin regularly showed measurable improvements in vascular performance. And what's remarkable is how approachable this habit is. There's no complex protocol, no need for synthetic supplements or elaborate routines. Just a cup of golden milk prepared mindfully, sipped slowly, can become a nightly ritual that supports your vascular system in meaningful, measurable ways. Some people prefer to make their own version at home, combining turmeric, black pepper, cinnamon, and plant milk. Others use pre-mixed blends that are now widely available. However you choose to enjoy it, the key is consistency. It's not about a single serving. It's about sending your body the same supportive signals over time so it begins to adapt, respond, and strengthen. And let's not overlook the holistic benefits. Beyond circulation, a turmeric latte promotes relaxation, supports digestion, and helps ease joint discomfort. These all contribute to a more restful sleep, which is itself one of the most powerful tools for cardiovascular repair. So while it may seem like a small thing, a warm drink before bed, what you're actually doing is creating an internal environment that promotes calm, healing, and improved blood flow. You're working with your biology, not against it. And that's the essence of intelligent self-care. Small, science-backed choices that accumulate into powerful outcomes over time. One of the most extraordinary qualities of the human body is its ability to heal, adapt, and renew itself, especially through the circulatory system. Every single day, your blood vessels are hard at work transporting oxygen, nutrients, immune cells, and hormones throughout your body. But what if there were natural ways to help those vessels stay flexible, clean, and efficient? Not with medications, but with ingredients found in your kitchen. That's exactly where hibiscus and pomegranate come in. When combined into a simple tea, these two ingredients form a powerhouse duo that delivers deep support for vascular health, particularly when enjoyed in the evening. Let's start with hibiscus. Hibiscus is a flowering plant whose deep red petals are packed with bioactive compounds, especially anthocyanins and other polyphenols. These plant-based antioxidants have been shown in numerous clinical studies to support healthy blood pressure by relaxing the blood vessels and reducing arterial stiffness. In fact, several human trials have found that hibiscus tea can significantly lower systolic and diastolic blood pressure, even in individuals with mild hypertension. What's fascinating is how hibiscus works. The anthocyanins in the petals appear to modulate angiotensin-converting enzyme, AC, which plays a key role in regulating blood pressure. Inhibiting AC naturally leads to vasodilation, widening of the blood vessels, allowing blood to flow more freely. This makes hibiscus tea one of the few herbal beverages that offers tangible, measurable improvements in circulation in just a matter of weeks. Now let's talk about pomegranate. Often referred to as a vascular fruit, pomegranate is rich in logotannins, another class of powerful polyphenols. These compounds have been shown to reduce arterial plaque, improve endothelial function, and increase nitric oxide availability, all of which support healthier blood flow. Pomegranate juice has even been associated with the reversal of early atherosclerotic buildup in clinical trials. But pomegranate's effects aren't just structural, they're functional too. It helps your arteries become more elastic and responsive, which is crucial for maintaining stable blood pressure and healthy circulation. One of the key issues with aging is the gradual loss of arterial elasticity, and pomegranate appears to directly counteract that, keeping blood vessels supple and responsive to changes in blood flow demand. When you combine hibiscus and pomegranate into a single infusion, the result is a deep red tea that not only tastes vibrant and refreshing, it actively nourishes your circulatory system. Both ingredients are rich in antioxidants, and when consumed together, they create a synergistic effect that amplifies their individual benefits. So why drink this at night? Because your body is most receptive to vascular support while you sleep, That's when blood pressure naturally dips, inflammation lowers, and tissue repair is underway. By introducing polyphenol-rich compounds before bedtime, you are not only helping to calm your nervous system, but also giving your circulatory system targeted compounds that support the overnight repair process. In practical terms, this means improved microcirculation to your muscles, better oxygenation of your brain, and enhanced delivery of nutrients and immune cells to where they're needed, all while you rest. Over time, this contributes to reduced morning fatigue, clearer thinking, and even healthier skin. There's also an additional layer to this nighttime ritual: hydration. Many people don't realize that mild dehydration, especially overnight, can reduce blood volume and make your heart work harder to circulate it. A warm herbal tea like hibiscus and pomegranate not only delivers antioxidants, but also restores hydration before sleep, supporting smoother overnight cardiovascular function. This tea is naturally caffeine free, so it won't interfere with your sleep cycle. In fact, hibiscus has a gentle calming effect on the nervous system, and the naturally sweet, slightly tart flavor of pomegranate helps satisfy cravings without adding sugar or stimulants. It becomes a small, pleasurable ritual with big physiological rewards. If you're making it at home, it's easy. Brew dried hibiscus flowers in hot water for 5 to 10 minutes. Add a splash of 100% pomegranate juice or steep with dried pomegranate arils if you prefer. Some people like to add cinnamon or a twist of orange peel for added flavor and benefits. Chill it for an iced version or drink it warm to help the body wind down before bed. What's most important is consistency. Just like exercise or quality sleep, vascular support from food and drink is cumulative. The more consistently you consume polyphenol-rich ingredients like hibiscus and pomegranate, the more your vascular system begins to adapt, becoming more flexible, responsive, and efficient. This isn't about treating disease, it's about optimizing function. It's about working with your biology to improve the systems that matter most, and circulation is one of those systems. When you nourish your blood vessels, you support the health of every organ in your body. You support your brain, your heart, your muscles, your immune system, and all of that can begin with something as simple as a nightly cup of tea, deep red, polyphenol rich, and brimming with compounds that help your body flow, heal, and thrive. When we think about healing or making a difference in our health, we often imagine dramatic changes, new diets, intense exercise routines, or long-term programs. But what if the real key to improving your body's performance was something far more subtle, far more gentle, and already happening every night? Your body's most powerful repair process happens while you sleep. Sleep is not just rest. It's not just turning off the lights and unplugging from the world. Biologically, sleep is a time of remarkable activity. It's when your body shifts into restoration mode, tissues regenerate, hormones rebalance, the brain clears out waste, and for your circulatory system, it's the prime time for repair and renewal. Now imagine enhancing that natural repair process, not with a pill, not with a medical device, but with something as simple and enjoyable as a drink. This is where the science becomes truly exciting. Certain foods and botanicals contain compounds that actively support circulation. And when these are consumed before bed, they work alongside your body's overnight rhythms to help strengthen your blood vessels, reduce inflammation, and improve blood flow. These nutrients don't interfere with sleep. On the contrary, many of them help relax your nervous system, promote calm, and support deeper rest. It's not about treating disease. It's about giving your body what it needs to do, what it already knows how to do, heal itself. Let's take a closer look at what's happening during the night. Between the hours of roughly 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., your body enters the deepest stages of restorative sleep. Growth hormone is released. This stimulates tissue regeneration, muscle repair, and immune function. Blood pressure naturally dips, which gives your arteries a break from daytime pressure surges. Your heart rate slows. Blood vessels become more responsive to biochemical signals. If your body has the right nutritional support in this window, especially nutrients that promote nitric oxide production, reduce oxidative stress, and support endothelial function, your vascular system has a greater chance of healing, adapting, and improving its performance by morning. In practical terms, this means smoother blood flow, lower morning blood pressure, improved oxygen delivery to your brain and muscles, reduced inflammation in vessel walls, fewer free radicals damaging your artery. These benefits aren't hypothetical. They've been observed in clinical studies. For instance, ingredients like beetroot, turmeric, hibiscus, and pomegranate are all known to influence these nighttime processes when consumed consistently. They help support a healthy endothelial lining. They improve arterial flexibility. They raise nitric oxide levels, which helps vessels stay open and responsive. So, what happens when you make one of these circulation supportive drinks a part of your evening ritual? You're not just sipping something warm and comforting, you're feeding your vascular system. You're priming your body to heal itself better, more efficiently, and more deeply. It's a passive act, but a powerful one. You're simply giving your body the tools and letting it do the rest while you sleep. And here's what's even more encouraging: these changes add up. Small, consistent actions are often more sustainable than large, dramatic overhauls. You don't need to do everything at once. You don't have to track every metric or overhaul your lifestyle. When it comes to circulation, the body is incredibly responsive to even modest improvements, especially when those improvements are delivered consistently and aligned with your natural biology. And that's what makes these nighttime drinks so special. They're not just beverages, they are signals to your body that say, reduce inflammation, relax your vessels, repair damage, and restore flow. Over time, these signals reshape your physiology. They influence the tone and behavior of your blood vessels. They improve how efficiently your body transports oxygen. They even affect how clearly you think and how rested you feel in the morning. You may notice that your feet and hands stay warmer, your mental clarity improves, morning fatigue begins to fade. You feel more energized with fewer caffeine cravings. These are signs that your circulatory system is waking up, improving, and becoming more efficient. None of this requires a prescription. It doesn't require expensive equipment. It starts with ingredients that have been available for generations, foods that cultures around the world have used for centuries to support health. The only difference now is that science is catching up and explaining why they work. So the next time you're winding down for the night, think of that drink not just as a way to relax, but as a way to support one of your body's most essential systems. You're tapping into the body's natural rhythms. You're partnering with your biology, and you're turning a simple evening habit into a healing strategy. Circulation is not just a medical concern, it's a quality of life issue. It affects how you feel, how you think, how you age. And with the right support, something as small as what's in your cup tonight, you can begin to strengthen that system from the inside out. And you'll do it while you sleep.